The Skoll Racing Super Dirt Series has moved past the halfway point. And the Tour is on a record pace for different winners. Hoffman, Horton, Decker, McCready, Hearn, Payne, and Tremont. The tight points race will conclude with a critical double-point showdown in the Wheels 300 during Super Dirt Week in Syracuse.
That's what makes that race so pressure-packed, is because there's so much emphasis on everything for that race. And of course, you know, you need to have a good finish there too. It could very well boil down to that easily.
The land of legends, the tacky Canandaigua Speedway, would be the next stop as the Tour pressed on. This is Bob McCready's home turf. Last year, the Foot started his backup mod shotgun and dominated the event. He would be the favorite tonight. McCready is currently the series points leader, and here's why. He has 2 wins, 8 out of 10 top 5s, and most importantly, has finished every race. McCready was attempting to stretch out his points lead over infrequent Canandaigua runners, Brett Hearn and Jimmy Horton. Danny Johnson from nearby Phelps, New York, would start on the pole. He has won here many times in the past, but not yet this year. The Doctor would jump out early in this 95-lapper, looking for his first series win of the year, as brother Alan would chase it. Second in points, Brett Hearn would start 18th in the Auto Palace 72, but by night's end would end up a conservative 8th. Third in points, Jimmy Horton would draw 9th in his Duchess Overhead Doors 87, but would have a dismal race. Crew chief Charlie DeAngelis would give advice over the radio, but the ill-handling car could do no better than 16th, 1 lap down. Billy Decker's roller coaster ride on the Tour continued, and here, Mike Rickey spins out in the Dunkin' Donuts number 60, tries to save it, and almost flips points leader Bob McCready. What about the Kinney Drugstore's number 9, Bob McCready? He started 10th and was fast early, but would miss on his setup. Here in turn 1, Joe Plozek in the Canadian number 1 would go by on his way to the front. McCready, the defending series champion, would end up 3rd. With the Doctor still in front, the battle for second raged on. But Alan Johnson would break, giving Plozek second as Charlie Donk tried to find a way by. Steve Payne got him for 3rd. It was another strong run for AJ that ended in the pits. The Burt Transmission hard charger of the race went to Pat Ward's Finch's Logging 56. He started 22nd and finished 4th. The Doctor would lead all 95 laps and notch his 55th win at Canandaigua. It was his first series win since 1993 and 35th overall. Joe Plozek got the guaranteed starting spot at Syracuse, finishing 2nd, and Tim Fuller was 5th. McCready would stretch his points lead over Hearn and Horton, and with his win, the Doctor is now a contender in 4th.
Isn't it ironic? Danny finally wins at Canandaigua and then decides to make Fonda his Saturday night home.
It certainly is. Coming up, I'll have the news. But first, here's our Sunoco High Performance Racing Quiz.
Who won? A lot of household names in this 95-lap event, including the Wheels 91 of Billy Decker, Buzzy Rudiman in his famed 00, Pete Bicknell, Brett Hearn, Tim Fuller, Steve Payne, and Joe Plozek. Early on for the lead, it was a battle of the brothers Johnson, AJ in the Doherty Brothers 21J, and Danny in the Freightliner 6. Let's listen in.
Right on your back bumper, right behind you. Good move, good move. He's on the bottom, he's on the bottom. He's on the bottom.
Allen would pass brother Danny on lap 34, but would lead for only 2 laps on this always-changing racetrack. Here, the Doctor powers by on the outside, going into turn 3, and retakes the lead.
There you go, stay on top, flat traffic, let's go.
Brett Hearn in the Auto Palace number 1 came from the Consi and started 24th, but was flying through the field. He made short work of Pat O'Brien here, and then would close in for an all-too-familiar battle with the Doctor. The 2 veterans put on a spectacular show for the fans, changing lanes at every turn.
When Danny forced me to go to the top, I found out that I may have been just a little bit better on the top, so maybe it worked out for me to get him to go to the bottom, and I could switch around a little bit and find some grooves, because once I got into the lead, I really kept the car freed up on the top, and it just felt great.
Hearn would lead the remaining 20 laps and record another small block win.
Yep, checker flag. Good race. All right, man, way to go.
Hearn has won 3 of the 4 small block series races. Steve Payne was 3rd, Pat O'Brien 4th, and Alan Johnson finished 5th. Pat O'Brien has a slim points lead over touring regulars Alan Johnson, Steve Payne, and Tim Fuller.
If you like the 358 race at Brewerton, circle your calendars for these upcoming events. The Skull Racing Super Dirt Series for 358 storms into Merrittville Speedway Monday, August 7th, and Tuesday the 8th at Ransom.
Arts Awards at Susquehanna Speedway for triple 20s. In race 1, Jeff Strunk holds off Kenny Wrightville in the last corner to win his 5th. Randy Fortner was 3rd, then Elvin Felty and Jeff Burke. In race number 2, it was Kenny Wrightville running away from the field for his 5th win. Irvin, Waste, Fortner, and Masser followed him. Then, in race number 3, Wrightville holds off Strunk in the last lap to take 2 out of 3. Randy Masser, Barry White, and Kenny Hatt would finish in the top 5. At Granby Saturday night, Mike Romano in the 97 passes Mario LaJoie for the lead on lap 12. Mike started 12th. 3rd of the year at Granby. Steve Payne was 2nd, then Gino Claire, Real LaFrance, and LaJoie. At Orange County Saturday night, Larry Brolsma in the 35 will go from 3rd to 1st in one corner. Frank Jazabowski would chase him late in the race, but Brolsma would go on to win his 4th on the hard clay this year. In the big block race, it was Bangor, Pennsylvania's Bruce Klein in the 59 grabbing the lead at the drop of the green. This guy's been racing here 10 years. He's led at the white, but never at the checkered. Great job. Chuck McKee was 2nd, then Jimmy Horton, Frank Cozy, Jeff Hetzler complete the top 5. At the Track of Champions Saturday, Dave Lace on the familiar 22 would pass Seth Gano for the lead in turn 3. But then, a few laps later, Pat Ward would go to the outside and pass Lace for the win. Ward would win his 1st of the year at Fonda. Dr. J was 3rd, then Bobby Barron and Jumpin' Jack. At Lebanon Valley Saturday night, Dickie Larkin would take the lead from Gary Waters as they came out of turn 4, but behind them, this crash would slow things for a bit. But then on lap 9, Larkin would have to pit for a flat tire and lose the race. Rich Ricky Jr. would inherit the lead and hold out Billy Decker not once, but twice to pick up his 1st Saturday night win ever at Lebanon Valley. Great job. Eddie Marshall was 3rd, Bobby Albert, and then Chris Moore. At Black Rock Speedway Friday night, Mark Hawkins would be on the move. Here, he moves up to 2nd place, passing Ray McClure's Ford. Then, he'll go up high to pass Stacy Jackson for the lead. Remember last week he won his 1st? Well, Mark's now got 2 in a row at the Rock. Stacy Jackson was 2nd, then McClure, Scott Gerdak, and Terry Huff. At Canandaigua Saturday, Alan Johnson would pass rookie Brian Turner for the lead on lap 8 in this caution-free race. Turner was fast, but with 1 to go, Bob McCready would get to the inside of him in turn 4 to take 2nd. Up front, Allen cruised to his 99th career win in Canandaigua. Joe Plazek was 4th, then Gary Tompkins. At 5 Mile Point, J.R. Krause in the 8th goes 3 wide in the very first turn to take the lead. Krause has never won down here, but tonight would get his 1st ever. Lauren Holland Jr. was 2nd, then Chuck Akulis, Foot Tittle, and Glenn Neck. Finally, at Brewerton Friday, Bob McCready would pass Louis Michaels for 2nd, keep his foot to the floor, and pass Jeff Sykes in the next turn for the lead. Bob would go on to his 9th win in 12 starts at the D-shaped Dirt Demon. Charlie Donk would pass Scott Prentice for 2nd in the last corner, then Tim Fuller and Jimmy Phelps. Keep your hands in the car at all times, please. It's the Wars Awards. The Chaos Award goes to these sprinters with a perfect demonstration of chaos theory, including the camera guy. Oh, boy. The Arthur Murray Award goes to these Valley Modifieds. This is some nice ballroom technique, but which one of you gets to lead? The Horseshoe Award goes to this Fonda Street Stock. Here's the toss. He bounces. Wait a minute, a leaner. I'll take a point. The Hard Day at the Office Award goes to our camera crew. Which one would you want to be? The guy with the camera or the guy holding on to him by his butt? I think I'll stick to announcing. For the Wars, I'm Doug Elton.
Andy, let's mark down this time in history for 1995. Who's our first repeat champion Spark Plugs driver of the week?
Well,